welcome back to another video. I've got a bit of a change of scenery today and we are back on the travel vlog. So I'm actually in the Gold Coast. It is currently 5:52 in the morning. In true fashion, I am awake before everybody else, and I thought instead of being annoying and being the person in the apartment that's making noise before 6 a.m, let me just go out and get myself a cup of tea. And well, it's not really a sunrise because I did miss the actual sunrise, but I am sat on the beach whilst the sun is now coming up, which is stunning, very bright. Wish I had got my sunglasses with me, but yeah, it's a very nice, very different lifestyle up here. Like, I mean, I know in Bondi and stuff is usually packed at this time of the morning, but it's just a much more slower pace here. But yeah, to give this video a bit of sort of like preface, I'm up here with Ryan, Amy and Tilly, who you guys will meet throughout this video, and we're just kind of here on like a little weekend away, to be honest, just like a little get out of Sydney weekend. So super looking forward to it. I don't know if you can tell, but I've woken up like not very well. I said in my previous video that I really wasn't feeling well like all week, like really just no energy and down, and yeah, I've woken up this morning with a really like chesty cough. So once the supermarket opens, I will go and get something for that, and hopefully it won't get any worse. Obviously, like the plane probably wasn't the best for my throat, but you know, it is what it is. We're not going to let it put a damper on our weekend. On the plane yesterday, we were all sat separately, and I sat with these two just like random guys who are also actually from the UK, like a dad and a guy and his father-in-law. Yeah, just literally chatting away for the whole flight. So the flight went so quickly, but our flight was delayed in true Jetstar fashion. So we actually didn't end up getting really to our accommodation until like gone to midnight, I would say, like 12. So I am going off with about 4 hours sleep, which is really unwise because you guys know that lack of sleep and me do not go well together. But it is what it is. I was just sort of awake, so I'm just gonna make the most of the morning and wait till everyone else wakes up and then just see where this weekend takes us. So yeah, follow along for a little Gold Coast trip. It's a little while later and we've come down to the pool. This like an Airbnb or booking.com like hotel style thing that we're staying in. Unbelievable. The pool is literally insane. Let me show you it quickly without trying to get in anybody that's actually in the pool. But it's got like literal sand and the water is so nice. We're not going to go for a swim in a second, but as if this literally is part of a hotel. This morning I pretty much got in my 10k steps. I'm feeling good, had a coffee, I've had some blueberries, I've had a yogurt, but I do think we'll go get some breakfast soon after a little dip in the pool. But this genuinely feels like when you're on an all-inclusive holiday in Europe, when you're like away with your family as a kid, like that's what this pool reminds me of. Like it's honestly just unreal. Just finished our breakfast and we've come down for a little dip in the sea. So nice, although I did get my hair wet, which I wasn't intending to do, but honestly I literally feel like a kid in a candy shop. Like this just feels unreal. I feel so giddy, like it's just like solid beach, literally kilometers and kilometers on end. We've come for a quick little lunch stop down at the beach with our sushi. What are you guys' first impressions of the Gold Coast?
Obsessed.
Love it.
Yeah, want to move here already.
Yeah, we're obsessed. So yeah, a little sushi lunch, and then we found a Ben & Jerry's store. So we are going to go and get Ben & Jerry's afterwards. So our sushi was short-lived because we, I think, swarmed and attacked by seagulls. Tilly's sushi was just victim.
We got attacked, okay? Short-lived, 2 minutes, we're gone now.
The thought was there, but yeah, literally, Tilly had a sushi open for a second too long and about 20 seagulls came to start some of her food, and then her chopsticks got dropped in the sand. That's actually what I think is sadder, is your chopsticks coming as well, because sushi's not the same if you don't have chopsticks. No. The seagull. Has been eyeing that for its food. Oh. No, he hasn't. But this one also I feel like is being sneaky and it's creeping around the back.
They're actually everywhere. Let's go.
So we've decided to rent Lime bikes, which is Ryan's specialty. Whenever I bump into Ryan, he's always on a Lime bike somewhere. I have not cycled in a long time, but if you guys have seen, I've been doing my triathlon training. So this is technically, I know it's an electric bike, but my first bike ride. So let's go. Let's hope I don't crash. I don't know how much I'm going to film because I do not trust myself to not fall off this bike. partly lost my voice. Like, it's so painful. So that's not very good for vlogging. Not very good for my life, not very good for this holiday. But that is just where we're at the minute. We just got back from the night out. I actually, like, obviously you can tell I'm just like not well, so I am gonna go to bed. The other girls have gone back out, so I need to take this makeup off, get my pajamas on, get into bed, and fingers crossed that I feel better tomorrow, because this voice is not doing it for me at all. So anyway, fingers crossed, pray for me, wish me luck, and I'll catch you guys in the morning, hopefully with my voice back. Good morning vlog. I have like part of my voice back. It's definitely not as bad as it was yesterday when we were, well, when I was going to bed, but it is still a little bit croaky and husky, but I don't feel that bad this morning. I've got no hangover, which is good. Just come down to the beach with Amy and Ryan. We are going to go for a little morning swim. Ryan's been so active this morning. He was up super early, went and did a little 5k run. But yeah, I'm just gonna go for a dip and we're gonna go have breakfast. We're gonna actually just make breakfast and eat at the house today and have some mimosas, because today we're going to a beach club. So we're gonna be there at like 12:30 or something like this. So it's gonna be like an early enough start. Tilly is still in the hotel asleep. But yeah, I'm excited for today. I'm so happy I don't feel hungover. Last night was so much fun, but you know, you just get to a stage and like, I was just ready to come home. Like, I was tired. My voice was so sore. Like, you heard me yesterday when I closed off the video, like my voice was like, I was having to strain it every time I was speaking, and I didn't want to wake up today feeling like I couldn't speak or that it was hard to swallow or anything. So I came home, had a slice of pizza, and then went to bed. So anyway, time for a little morning and sunrise swim. Give me your best bottle service impression.
Here we go, go on ladies, go on, pop up darling. Oh yeah, there you go.
Hello, Trickles!
Another one. You want to go? Cheers.
You guys lost your glasses!
You're doing well. Finished at the, oh my god, what's it called, Cali Beach Club. It's like still quite early, like 5:30. As you can tell, my voice is still a little bit hit and miss, but we're gonna go get some food. We're basically just in like, also, doesn't this give like America vibes? This like reminds me of Hawaii so much. Like, look at this. I don't know why, it gives me like shopping centre in Hawaii vibes, but we're gonna go get some food, go get some alcohol, we're gonna freshen up, maybe have like a little pre-drink, and then go out for the evening. I mean, it's still obviously very early on a Saturday night to be going out at 5:30, but we have the balance of going home but not falling asleep and not being able to come back out again. So that was going to be the challenge today, but I had such a good time at Cali Beach Club. It was a really good day. It was like not crazy busy, but busy enough that like there was things going on and there were people, like a lot of people, and like people getting in the pool. It's not like Ocean Beach where like at the start there's like no one wants to get in the pool. Like it wasn't like that at all. like it was good fun, but yeah, I need to find some food. I was feeling getting so out of breath because I'm struggling to speak so much, so I don't know, but it's gonna go away now. Good morning, guys. I ended up not making it out last night because, as you can tell, my voice is still pretty bad, and yesterday I was honestly just feeling not great at all. Like I was actually feeling pretty horrendous, and I started getting like quite overheated and felt quite sick, so I bailed on the night out. Me and Ryan actually just stayed and watched YouTube, and the two girls, they still went out in surfers, but I just like did not have it in me at all. It's currently quite early, it's 6:54. I also think I just needed like a long night's sleep. Like you guys know, I usually go to sleep at 8:30, so I've had a couple late nights. So last night I was probably asleep by like 9, and then this morning was up by like about 6ish. So I decided I would just come have breakfast by myself for the morning. So that's literally what I'm doing. I've just ordered some eggs on toast and a chocolate croissant because I've really been craving a chocolate croissant this weekend. But I also just feel like I've eaten like shit this whole weekend, so I actually can't wait to get back to Sydney and get kind of back into a routine again. And honestly, I just feel like I need a few weekends off the drink, just taking it easy because I want to get over this illness, if I'm honest with you. Breakfast done. I think I am gonna go back to the hotel and go for a little swim and cool down a bit. It's very, very warm this morning, and I think that a nice swim will just be quite refreshing. One thing I found really interesting being here is that all of like the cafes and stuff all serve alcohol, which I just think is so odd, but I guess this is like a party kind of place, so you know, in the daytime they just capitalise on that, because in the breakfast time they can do breakfast foods, and then as the day goes on and it gets closer to lunchtime, they can start actually doing like cocktails and mimosas, you know, all those sorts of things. So it's been really interesting seeing literally all of the cafes, like the one I was just in, just like lined with bottles of alcohol on the walls. Our hotel actually has 2 pools. I don't even think I've shown you the second pool. I showed you the first pool, I think, briefly. But I'm going to go to the more quiet, less kiddie pool and just maybe do some legs, or just, to be honest, I just think I need to get in the cold water and actually just cool down a bit. Like I said, I've been getting some like hot and cold sweats, so love that for me, especially because we're going to be flying again today, like we fly back home, which means that I'll be probably getting more sick because of the altitude in the plane. I feel like it never helps, so anyway, just trying to be positive and get through final day of holiday. So this is the, I guess I'm gonna call this the adult pool, even though it's not like an adult pool, but basically there's just not as many kids ever up here. There's actually nobody up here at the minute, so good for me. I mean, it's still pretty early, but it is warm, but it's like 25 or 26 degrees, but I'm gonna get in, cool down a bit and swim some lengths. We have to check out of this hotel at 10. I think it's currently like 7:30. The girls are still asleep. Ryan's gone to a gym class. So still have a few hours. The only annoying thing right today is that our flight isn't until this evening, and like I'm usually not the type of person that enjoys hanging around for the whole day. I usually like to leave sort of like early afternoon, so that by the time you've checked out of your Airbnb, you can really just like go get something to eat and then go to the airport and be on your way home, and then you know you can have like a Sunday reset and just get back into routine straight away. But that is not going to happen today, because fingers crossed the flight will be on time, because I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys, but our flight out here was delayed by like, I feel like, well, maybe like 40 minutes or something. Like it took ages to actually end up getting here after the flight as well. Like it was just like a long journey. So I don't think we land in Sydney until about 11, because bear in mind as well, there's an hour time difference. Like Sydney is later than it is here on the Gold Coast. So yeah, gonna be home late tonight, and yeah, not looking forward to that, but just want to make the most of this last day. We're actually doing a surfing lesson today, which is so rogue and not usually something that I would do, but yesterday morning when we were down by the beach, the waves are actually quite rough, so I don't know how good I'm gonna be. And it also then means that you're kind of like, you know, my hair's gonna be like wet from the sea salt, and we're not gonna have access to a shower aside from like the little beach, the showers that they have on the beaches. I've been listening to this book called The Sweet Life whilst I've been here, and it's not like the usual kind of book I would read, if I'm honest with you. I think it's going to be like a romance book, but not just like straight up romance. It's about basically, well, the part what I've read so far, without giving you guys any spoilers, is this girl's sister is getting married and she's the maid of honor, and the best man is her ex-boyfriend, and it's like an overseas wedding, so they're all in Hawaii, and it's just kind of like following the story of them like navigating, I guess, like being at this wedding. I feel like I'm still pretty early into it, maybe like a third of the way through, so none of like big drama has happened yet, but I've been really enjoying just having like quite a light read. Like a lot of the books I've been reading recently are some sort of like crime or like serial killers, or obviously like Akatawa's all like fantasy, so it's been nice to actually just read something that has been not that, basically just like a nice easy read. If you live in Australia and you have a library card, and if you don't have a library card, you should go get one, because I honestly now never ever really pay for books unless there's something I'm really desperate to read and my library doesn't have it, then I will. But like for the most part, I get all of my books now for free from the library. And if you have the library card, there's another app you can download called Hoopla, and you get to download 8 books for free per month, and you can get like audiobooks or like actual like ebooks as well, and of course then your library as well is unlimited as to how much you want to borrow from there. But it's just so good. Like all of these ebooks I've been listening to are all from Hoopla, so that's what I've been listening to this current book on. Also, just a side note, the water, freezing, absolutely freezing. Was quite nice, not gonna lie, but it does mean like one thing I'm hesitant about is like my swimming costumes and stuff are gonna be wet just like in my hand luggage all day today, but very, very cold. I'm going to listen to a little bit more of my audiobook, and then to be honest I'll probably get back in the water before I head up to the room to pack and check out of the hotel. It's also crazy, I keep saying that this is a hotel, but I actually think it's just an apartment building, because randomly somebody that Tilly knows from back home lives in this like complex that we're staying in, so like it's obviously just regular people's apartments as well, probably mixed with like Airbnbs and some places that have been like listed on booking.com, so people actually just get to live this life with like having their own pool, that full like resort style pool that I showed you guys the other day. Like it's just unreal. Like I would definitely at some stage in life be open to moving, not to Surfers Paradise because I wouldn't want to live in Surfers Paradise, but moving to the Gold Coast. Like I just think the weather is so much nicer up here. It's a much more chilled out lifestyle, so actually I don't know how I would fare with that, like if I ever was ready to leave city life, because like I've always been in big cities like London, Manchester and Sydney, like they're obviously 3 pretty big cities, so I think I would struggle. Well, part of me thinks I would struggle if I was like had less to do, but I guess as you become older, like your priorities change. Like even now, like I'm not huge on the nights out and things like that as much as I would have been in my young 20s. So yeah, one day I would definitely be open to this. I just think like your life being that you're out of the house every day by 6, like literally like a stone's throw away from the beach. Not that we're far from the beach in Sydney, but like this morning, for example, when I just went for breakfast, I literally walked for about 5 minutes and I was just like on the beach, and there were so many people up and about just like enjoying their Sunday. So yeah, I could definitely foresee this in my future in life at some stage. So we are dressed to go and do a surfing lesson. I think we're actually running a little bit late because, well, we were just running short on time. But yeah, I got our little batteries on, is that called? And we're going to do a surfing lesson. These guys are late to their boot. After your
absolutely knackered. Loved it though.
What would you rate your surfing?
Oh,
what would you rate your surfing out of 10?
Oh, about a 3, maybe a 4 at a push. But yeah, loved it.
Tilly, what would you rate your surfing skills out of 10?
My personal skills. 3.
Amy?
3.1.
Just slightly better than everyone else. I thought it was so much fun. We weren't allowed to bring like our phones or anything down, so I really don't have any footage of it, but I did just pay for the photos, so I'll insert some photos of me surfing, or attempting to surf I should say. But it was so much fun. The first time I've ever, well actually I have tried surfing once before, like 10 years ago as like a child, but first time like proper surfing and kind of like actually having an idea of what we were doing. It was so much fun. I'd absolutely do it again if I was to come back to the Gold Coast. And actually the instructor told me that he was very impressed with me by the end. I did have a couple of tumbles where I like fully dived under the waves and was like being engulfed. But aside from that, overall, I would say I'm pretty good at surfing. Oh god, I've been sprayed by the water. I'd say it could be a new potential hobby. The only problem is in Sydney is that the Sydney beaches are so busy that like it just would not be fun. Like I'd be so terrified of hitting people, but actually call myself down now. So I just got my first ever Yochi. Tell me why I've never been in this store before. Every time I got to the next station, there was something unbelievable. I mean, this looks like an absolute mess because it's got 4 different flavours of yogurt and almost every topping.
Delicious. Look at it, a little bowl of heaven.
So yeah, I'm gonna try this. And to top it all off, they have Biscoff, melted Biscoff that you can pour all over everything, which is unbelievable. Just got on the plane, heading back to Sydney. Guys, I am exhausted. I need a break. I'm literally so sick, and I have a feeling that this flight is going to make me more sick because of the obviously just being so high up. But it is what it is. I don't know what this thing, this string is hanging here. I hope it's not a spider web. But anyway, I'm going to close the video off now. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week.